Montana knows sports, and now every game hits harder with Sportsbet Montana. The only place to bet right here in-state, whether you're repping the Grizz, rolling with the Bobcats, or tracking every drive on Sunday. You've got a seat at the action. Head to your local bar or casino, grab a ticket, and lock in your favorite bets. Spreads, over-unders, and those game-changing parlays. It's always right here in Montana's exclusive sportsbook, Sportsbet Montana. Your game, your bets, your state. Powered by the Montana Lottery. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are back. Keenan Curran is back. We are recapping Montana versus Eastern Washington. And if you see how Keenan is looking right now, you know exactly how Saturday went. If you were paying attention, if you're a Grizz fan, if you're not a Grizz fan, I know all the Bobcat fans were paying attention as well because they had a lot to say online. But Montana got the victory to move to 10-0, 29-24. How did you feel about the game yesterday, Keenan?
Well, it was really a tale of two halves for me, right? I have unique disdain for Eastern Washington University. My mom went to Eastern Washington University. My sister went to Eastern Washington University. My brother-in-law went to Eastern Washington University. My best friend went to Eastern Washington University. I don't like the Eagles, right? I have a strong, just burning passion of dislike for the Eagles. And so when we get up early, I'm thinking, okay, the Grizz took out the good leather today. That Montana leather. We are going to snap the belt and put some BTA, right? And then for whatever reason, we just stopped. And there's a guy that is from Puyallup, Washington, Jake Skockle, and he said, hey, I know this is my first game ever starting in college football. I know this is a really hostile environment. This is one of the best stadiums, if not the best stadium in the FCS. But I'm going to take you guys for a ride, right? I'm going to take you guys for a ride of your life. And he starts throwing bean, bow, bow, bow. And I just felt like the defense, what was going on? There's been too many times this year that I've been like, what's going on with the defense? But it wasn't only just the defense this year, or this time, yesterday. I also feel like the offense just got like weirdly stagnant, right? Like we started off great, and then we just got weirdly stagnant. I talked about, before we started the pod, the inefficiencies. 1 for 10 on third down.
Crazy.
That's insane, right? We were inefficient. The second half, we almost just like stopped playing offense. It felt like it was like
they didn't possess the ball for longer than like 2.5 minutes in the second half.
It was insane. I don't want to say Brady-esque, but some of those drives that Eastern was going on was just like stand in the pocket, deliver, get 5 yards, 7 yards, boom, let's get a shot.
Bro, and they were taking some hits. The defense was flying around, beating up Jake Skackle. They were beating up on the receivers. Like every time they were catching the ball, they were taking a lick, man.
Yeah. And I mean, you look at like the Grizz Twitter posted something of like 8 tackles or 12 tackles for loss or something like that. Like from a
I think it was 12 tackles for loss, like 8 sacks.
From a metric standpoint, and then we did have that one pick. Kenzel Lawler had that pick, which was, I felt like, I didn't necessarily think that was a terrible pass. Could it have been a little bit more outside? Sure.
I thought it was phenomenal coverage from Lawler.
Yeah, I thought it was a good play, right? Like I just thought it was really good play. He was in phase, turn. That's a hard interception to make. So not to knock on Skockle, like that was kind of his one blemish for the day. Well, not his one blemish. He did have one other.
He's a redshirt freshman, man. Get that. Hey, anybody who wants to look, obviously the fumble's bad, but anybody wants to look at Skackle and be like, "Oh, you're the reason we lost." You better check yourself.
Because he was the only reason you guys were in the game.
He's the only reason you guys are in that. The only reason.
Literally.
Obviously, the receivers had to make plays and stuff, but like he's the reason, man.
He's the reason. He was standing in the pocket and taking some hits and delivering the ball, and it was just like, whoa. Okay. And I know Skackle. I think Jake is going to be a phenomenal quarterback for years to come. Like if they do anything other than get into meetings today or tomorrow and say, all right, guys, we're naming Jake the starter moving forward, they're wrong. Like they're just flat out wrong, right?
Like you have any way that happens, man. Because we talked about this. Me and you talked about this last night. Nate Bell, Jared Taylor, as good as they are, Jared Taylor's moved to running back now. And this is the point. This is the point that I was bringing up when I was like, I hear Montana State fans, and I think Montana State is better.
Yeah.
But the conversation about we beat Eastern Washington 57-3 is a fair argument, but they did not beat Jake Skackle. And we talked about this last night. Nate Bell and Jared Taylor are not able to do what Jake Skackle did yesterday. And I'm not trying to say that in an indictment on their talent or anything like that. They are just not that type of quarterback.
Man,
they are not going to do that.
No.
There is not a quarterback on their roster. I don't know the other ones, but the two that we've seen, Jared Taylor and Nate Bell, are not doing what Jake Skackle did yesterday.
No, Jake Skackle could be like, yeah, he's going to be a really good player for them for the next couple years. And with the Montana State fans, like, they're always trying to find a dig at us, right? And subjectively, I get it. Montana State has looked great. Now, I have a certain feeling about their schedule and the way that it lines up, where it's like they got all, like, they talk about our schedule being light. They lost their two hardest games, and if you look at any game outside of that, who are you guys playing? You played Northern Colorado.
And their light schedule looks light. Montana's schedule looks like they're playing a top 25 team every week.
Yeah. Good point. However, and again, this is real ball knowers know what the teams that we're playing happen to do pretty well. Well, we're not very good at defending, right? Like, every team has passed against us if they're going to have any sort of success, right? They're not running the ball.
I would dispute that a little bit too, though, because Sacramento State, for as good as they are, and they are looking like a playoff team, if they can beat UC Davis, I believe they deserve to be in the playoffs. They are not a good passing team, brother.
They're not.
They haven't thrown for over 300 since they played Montana.
Hey, yes, you're right. Last night, though, Ernest Williams, he had like 3 catches.
Ernest
Campbell, he had like 3 catches.
He's a freak.
Early on, 97 yards and like 2 touchdowns. So here's what I'll say. Sac State had the unique, like, they could run the ball really well. We stacked the box. We made the mistake of playing press covers against that guy, right? Very, very fast guy. Here's the challenge that I'll make that I think shapes out differently in the Montana State game. Now, the Montana State defense is probably going to be the best defense we played all year, right? Like, just bar none, best defense we played all year.
They will be.
But here's the thing. They don't have an Ernest Campbell. Taco's good. They don't got an Ernest Campbell.
Taco fast.
He ain't Ernest Campbell.
He's not Ernest.
You put Ernest Campbell and Taco on a track together, who's going to win?
Ernest, he's a All-American track guy.
Exactly, and we tried to press cover him. Okay, so my thing is, like, I feel comfortable pressing Taco Dollar, or at least playing some sort of catch technique. I felt like we tried to stop the run, and they started passing the ball because we were in press coverage. We will learn from that, and when we go get, like, that's the thing. They won 62 to whatever, or 66, whatever they won, right?
14.
Their quarterback threw for 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they had 4 turnovers that turned into 28 points.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the thing about Montana State is their defense.
They had some really, really good returns on special teams.
Yes, their defense is, like, phenomenal. Their defense and special teams are playing really, really well. But I also feel like, man, you guys are playing cupcake schedule after they play someone tough. You played Weber at home after we played them and beat them on the road, right? Like, we're comparing apples to oranges a little bit, but again, I can understand why they would feel like they're better than us, right? But I'm going to still hold strong. We got the dog. If you guys were better than us, then don't lose. Don't lose.
So let me ask you this. Montana's 10-0, and they beat everybody that's been on their schedule. I said Montana's 10-0. I'll say it again. Montana's
I thought my thing checked out. Okay.
10-0. They have not lost the game. Montana's 10-0. Obviously, they beat everybody on their schedule. The conversation coming into the year with a lot of people who cover the Big Sky was that Montana had a weak schedule. And a lot of people believe that this was where Montana could be 9, 10, 11 wins, 12-win season. I mean, that's what that schedule said. So credit to them for being here. But I am of the ilk that I believe the secondary is some of the best talent on this defense. Denzel Wilkinson, Micah Harper, Kenzel Lawler, like, all guys who I believe should be all-conference guys, whether it be first team. Kenzel Lawler is a first-team all-conference corner. Micah Harper, I think, is a first-team all-conference safety along with Caden Dowler. And then, Denzel Wilkinson, I think he can be second. I don't know if they do third team anymore. But, I think a lot of the bulk of the talent on this defense is in the secondary. Why is it that this defense can't stop the pass, in your opinion? From first downs to forever, if you met your girl tailgating or cheering under those Friday night lights, L&M Fine Jewelry is your next winning play. Engagement rings, custom designs, and timeless Montana craftsmanship, because your love story deserves a ring as legendary as your team. Located on American Way in Missoula and Main Street in Kalispell, L&M Fine Jewelry is the official jeweler of Akem'S Analysis and the Samuel Akem YouTube channel. Make sure when you guys are looking for that special ring for that special person, you guys let L&M Fine Jewelry be your choice. L&M Fine Jewelry, your diamond destination.
I think so. I watched some tape on this, and I think you had a point earlier. We're trying to bring pressure, like creative pressures, and it's leaving huge voids. And I saw it with like, yeah, I saw it with, we brought up like even just a 4-man pressure, which like you should have everybody in coverage if you have 4-man pressure. And I didn't see the back end nearly as much, but I saw like a linebacker was walling number 2 on the boundary side, and that middle linebacker should have like shifted over, right? Because you had a linebacker that was coming off the edge with this 3-3-5 that we run. You had a linebacker coming off the edge, so then you have this void to the field, and all they did was run like a 5-yard in, you know what I'm saying, and got a bunch of yards.
I think it was like OTB. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's like all you had to do was like slide over. You know what I'm saying? Because technically your other linebacker is walling off. You're gonna see anything else coming from the field. Like to me, it was just like, part of the 3-3-5 is like to not give up those deep shots in the middle, but we're just giving these intermediate routes. We're letting them run them all day. Yeah, man, it's tough, bro. And I will say, like, it hurts not having Keon Loud. Like, he's a lockup. He's a lockdown corner. It hurts not having him. I get Kenzel Lawler's playing well, but at the same time, like, we've had a rotation at that other corner, right? It wasn't Beaner just out there and got hurt. It's
I don't know. I haven't heard any confirmed reports, but
it looked like he hurt his knee.
I don't think it's a good situation with him. So that's another injury. And Coach Houck actually mentioned that, and maybe that's what he was talking about in the post game. A lot of people don't hear this because they don't. I don't know how many people listen to the radio, but we listen to it before we go on for the post game. And Coach Houck said, you know, one of the things is like the secondary is extremely beat up. You think about Keon Loud, he's already out. Now you got Beaner who goes down as well. DeAndre Gentry tore his ACL earlier in the season. He posted about that on his TikTok. So that's 3. If Beaner really is down, that's now 3 players you've lost in the secondary, all at the corner position. All at the corner position, man. So, but I don't think it's about the missing corners, because a lot of it is just in the middle, in the teeth of the defense, like in the middle of that zone, man. And it's like, why not try run a man? Why not try going cover 1? Why not try going 0? Now, obviously, when you're playing an Ernest Campbell, when you're playing a fast, speedy receiver like that, maybe you don't want to go man the whole game, press man. But like against Eastern, do you really think those? Do you think you guys aren't good enough to go toe to toe with those guys?
I'm saying, bro.
And the one time that you did see man, it was on a 2nd or 3rd down. Michael Harper made a diving PBU, locked up in man coverage.
I'd say the only problem is even when we're in man, we still can't get pressure. Now, everyone's going, we had 8 sacks yesterday, 12 tackles for loss. That's not the norm. Like, that's not what we typically do, right?
Well, I mean, they have been getting to the quarterback much better recently.
The last couple games,
weeks, man. It's been honestly like it. That is something that they've needed. If they can continue that trend, that will. I mean, that's only going to help this defense. Now, the sacrifice with what the pressure they've been bringing is that they've been leaving a ton of wide open holes on the back end of the defense.
Yeah. So it's a very unique situation to be in, because people always say, look week to week, right? Oh, they're so subjective, but like, I think so much changes from a roster perspective, a scheme perspective, and then like a location perspective, where I don't know that you could judge a team like that has a close game and be like, oh, they're not good because they had a close game. Because like, what did I say when I called you last night? I said, oh man, you think Indiana is going to drop in the rankings because they had a 24-27 victory? And you're like, no, why would they drop in the rankings? They still won. Oh, okay. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like we can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because they had a close, you said, no, I don't think, but just because people have close games, they're still winning. And I think winning is hard. And I think winning, sometimes people take it for granted and they're like, oh, well, they should be winning. They're undefeated. It's like, no, winning is still hard.
Why winning's hard?
What?
Eastern Washington knows how hard winning is.
Yes, bro. They had it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. They had it.
Yo, in the press box, shit, man, attention, man, yo,
Yeah, and just like
that was crazy, man.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that was like, man, like something just really went our way because he didn't even need to bring it up that high. Like if he would have just like
you just
grab it and throw it straight down, he almost like brought it up, and that's when he went to put it back down is when he fumbled it.
Slipped out. Yep.
Yeah, and it was like, dog, man, you were about to be the front page of just every newspaper. 451. You came in, you beat a Montana team that was undefeated. The number
one would have had another passing touchdown, so probably would have had 3 passing touchdowns.
And man, but hey, I can't say I'm mad at it. I can't say I'm mad that he fumbled. Sucks for him.
I'm disappointed for him because it was a phenomenal game. But that is the clip that's going to be – that clip is going to live forever. I mean, it was already on social media. Barstool posted it. Unnecessary Roughness posted it. Like, everybody posted it, man. It's like that's how people are going to know him. But I just want to highlight, like, let's give this freshman some credit. I mean, dude came into a very hostile environment, one of the best, most rowdy environments in all of FCS college football, and went toe-to-toe with the number 2 team in the country, man. Like,
man, Sam, but there's a curse – down at that end zone for redshirt freshmen that fumble.
Man, was Adam a freshman then? Yeah, that end zone is a little cursed, man. Oh my gosh. That end zone has some terrible juju for a game-winning go-ahead touchdown. Yo. Oh my gosh. Yo, we might have to ask Grizz fans. Anybody watching? Is the south end zone of Wild Grizz officially cursed after that
cursed play? It has to be. You know what else happened in that end zone? Chris Murray flipped over the freaking flipped over the line for a touchdown.
Flipped over Jay Strong.
Yeah, dude, that end zone is like the worst. But all in all, man, look, we can harp on how bad the Grizz looked because they did look bad. In the second half, they did look bad. But my thing is like, dude, we won. And I just think that, like, am I naive? Am I blindly loyal? Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe I am, right? But I also feel like I put in the effort to look around and be like, yeah, I know Montana State is like a freight train. I know they're really good. But I also know that they finally have to play a hard team this week since the second week in the season. Finally. They got to play a good team.
They
right?
played in AU. They played in AU.
Stop.
Stop. NAU 6-4, brother. They 6-4.
NAU lost to Idaho.
They did.
At home. So Idaho went. They played Montana State at NAU.
Yeah, they played it. Montana State went there. Yeah,
and Idaho beat them there. So I got NAU to me, right?
If NAU is that, then Sac State is nothing.
No,
Sac State nothing too.
Sac State might make the playoffs.
Idaho's 4-6, brother.
What? I said Sac State.
Idaho. I know. I'm backtracking to the Idaho point at first.
Idaho beat NAU.
All right, man. Northern Colorado beat Idaho.
Idaho's bad. Idaho's not good. So that makes it worse for NAU.
Yeah, it does.
Now we can talk about if you really wanted to, pull down Sac State. You say, "Oh, they lost to Cal Poly." Yeah, it's a bad loss. That's a bad loss.
Because didn't Cal Poly lose to Portland State last week?
Cal Poly.
Portland State got their first win last week.
Over Cal Poly, yes.
It was.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. But you know who? There's only 2 teams that haven't lost. But here's what I'll say. I want Eastern to be good, and I want Idaho to be good because, like, when the I-90 corridor, when those teams around there are good, I think it makes for a good Big Sky.
Yeah, I believe that. I would agree.
Let's
change the conversation though. So the defense struggled virtually the whole game. Like they were giving up yardage. They didn't give up a ton of touchdowns, but they were giving up yardage, and we've talked about that. On the other side of things, the Montana offense jumped out to a 22-0 lead and then Eastern Washington eventually battled back before half to make it 22-14. What do you feel like was missing with the Montana offense in the second half?
I felt like there was some miscues on offense. Like we were able to. I thought in the first half we did a really good job of when they were loading the box, having those like checkdowns or having those like quick
RPOs.
Yeah, the RPOs or like, hey, the as your receiver, your routes that change per what the defense is giving you, right? And there was one where Bohannon ran a go when he probably should have ran a hitch. And it's like those little things actually have massive impacts on a drive, because if it's 3rd and 10 or 2nd and 10 and we could get a quick 6 yards on a hitch and we don't get that,
now it's 3rd and 10.
Now it's 3rd and 10. That's a really compromising position for us.
Yeah.
Like, it's not great for us. So I felt like little things like that. I think we went away from the run a little bit. Like, Eli had 13 for 82, and I felt like when we're in situations like that, we got to grind it out. Even if he's only getting 1 yard a pop, just keep running the ball. Just keep running it, right? Keep doing other sorts of runs. Or we were putting Michael Wortham in a little bit to do the Wildcat stuff. But, like, we got to lean on him a little bit, right? We got to make this game shorter, and we have to out-physicality them or out-physical them. And I just kind of thought that we didn't do that. Like, we were having all these quick drives and then kicking the ball back when they had all this momentum, and I didn't love that. So, yeah, that was, like, my main takeaway is the offense kind of got stagnant. It felt like we were playing to not lose instead of playing to win. And I haven't seen that from Pease like all year. And maybe he's getting towards the tail end of the season and he's like, yo, I want to try to condense the playbook and not do too much because I have a big showing that I'm going to do.
I feel like it gets a little tough for the coaches. Obviously, as a play caller, you should have a deep bag. But I also feel like at this point in the season, it gets a little tough, especially when you have such a big rivalry game in the last game of the season. And you want to make sure, like, obviously you've put a bunch of stuff on film the previous 10 weeks. But, like, these last couple of games are going to be heavily studied. And you want to make sure that, like, we are prepared. We got our best stuff. I mean, that's what I feel. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
That's so true because, bro, you like, everybody kind of knows what to do to stop us to some extent, right? But that's when we get creative and we're like, oh, boom, you thought you had now we're going to do this. But you can only do so much of that before you've emptied out your playbook, and now they know what to do to stop you, and even your creative stuff. So, like, I just feel like, hey, getting towards the tail end of the season, got to preserve some stuff and kind of see what happens. Like I said, I'm glad that they have a really tough game this week, and we have a tough game, but, like,
Portland State, man. Hey, they trying to play spoiler. That's all they trying to do.
For sure, and they're going to show up, but I also think, like, it's so – here's what I'll say, and you could argue this or you could agree with it. When teams like that come to Grizz, it's so much easier for them to get up, right? Because it's like, yeah, we know it's going to be packed.
They got energy packed in there. The fans are bringing the energy.
Right? We know there's going to be energy. Even if it's an opposing team energy, we're going to feed off of it.
Yep.
You can't really do that at Hillsborough Stadium. You know what I'm saying?
I think they're actually playing at the soccer stadium, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, even there, they don't fill that up, right? Like, they just don't fill their stadium. They just don't have a lot of fans. I'm sorry. Like, they just don't have a lot of fans.
Every time I played there, we've had more fans.
Exactly. And so situations like that, like, I don't know that outside of Portland State had this really, really good year one year, my freshman year. Outside of that, you said what?
Was it 2015?
2015, yeah, where they had this quarterback that was, like, really, really good. They had a bunch of drop downs. Outside of that year, they haven't – well, they beat us in Missoula, right? But, again, in Missoula. Yeah. But every time we went there, it was never really a game.
Except for, wasn't there a game? Was it against Portland State where McKenna threw like 4 interceptions? Was that Portland State in the rain?
That was in 2015.
Okay.
So that's when they had a really, really, really good team. Like, their team was, like, loaded. It was like I think they won the conference that year or competed for it. So it was a very strange year. We played them in like torrential downpour. We were down to
carrying for Coach Barnum since.
Yeah, and we were playing in torrential downpour. Brady was hurt. Chad was hurt. McKinnon was a starter. Literally nothing. We couldn't get anything going, right? I had my first college catch that game, right? I had like a 35, 40-yard bomb for a catch in the rain. Kind of crazy. But outside of that, like playing at Portland State has never been like, oh, this is going to be a trap game, right? Like it's not, they don't really, it's kind of boring, to be honest, which is what I think we need. I think we need a week to get back to our fundamentals, to really, really hone in on like, hey, what are we doing?
Montana needs a 50-point win. That's what they need.
Yeah. They need to blow
a really good game for the defense. They need a team where they stop the run, they stop the pass, they get a ton of PBUs. They need a game where they really just let it all hang out. And so they can build some. I mean, they need it, man. They need a full game. We haven't seen it.
To get their confidence up. And the good thing is this. If our quarterback play wasn't good, then I'd be a little bit more stressed out. Our quarterback play is fine. Some of the Kia Ali is like, dude, he is playing good ball. Like the way he's he's in the pocket, someone's coming off his backside, he sees it, rolls out. Like he's just playing really good football. And it's just like,
Let's stay there for a minute.
Yeah.
Do you think with Ayat that he gives this chance a team no matter what?
This team chance for sure. For sure. I think he's the Big Sky MVP. Lamps, I mean, because that's the thing, bro. Everybody sees the blowouts and they're like, we got to give it to Lamp. He had 100 yards.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Yeah, they had a blowout. Their defense and special teams is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Yeah. Right? It's the same reason that Russell Wilson didn't get the Super Bowl MVP when we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. What was it, Malcolm Smith?
Malcolm Smith. Yeah. Who run up into the sunset. I don't know that he didn't.
What happened to him after that?
He went and played for the Raiders, got himself a bag because he was a Super Bowl MVP, and then that was it. But it's like, bro, he's not making them go. Right? Yeah. He's playing good football. He's not turning the ball over. He's getting the ball to his playmakers, but he ain't like making them go. Kia Ali is making plays where it's like, you made that happen.
There was a play yesterday where I thought dead to rights they had a sack on him. He felt the pressure, spun out, delivered a dot down the sidelines to, I think it was Hendricks. I was like, I looked at Coulter. I was like,
he's playing. He's playing ball.
Another throw where he rolled to the left. Like him throwing on the run, he is able to. I mean, he throws on the run probably better than anybody in the conference, maybe anybody in the country right now. It's in FCS football.
The ball to Hendricks, the touchdown, bro. Like that's a really tough catch, but that's where the ball has to be.
Yep.
Right. Like can't be short. It's got to be right there. So to me, he's playing ball. He's playing some of his best ball. He's protecting the ball. He's not turning it over.
So you think it's his award to lose?
Yeah, and like everybody could say, like, well, it should be the winner of the brawl. Like, but I'm like, nah, because he's hopefully, fingers crossed, he goes crazy this weekend, right? Or next weekend. I hope he has a 300-yard, 100-yard game.
And he's probably at 2,700 now, 2,780. He was at 2,534, so he's probably at 2,784 now.
Yeah, like if he gets to 3,000 yards, I don't see a way that Justin Lambson can catch up. Just turnover margin. That's the one thing we would say.
He won't be able to. Statistically, he won't be able to catch up.
Exactly, and it's not a team award. The Big Sky MVP is not a team award. As much as like the player is going to say, "Oh, this is a team award." No, it's not a team award. Who is the best player at their position this year?
I feel like a lot of times that award goes to the Big Sky champion, though.
Which is weak. I think that's buns. They get a trophy already. They get a trophy.
If they won the conference, they must have had one of, if not the best player in the conference. Like,
no, they had the best defense.
Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year, unequivocally, will be on the podcast.
100%.
I think it's Caden Dowler. I was going through the numbers yesterday, and I'm going to talk about that on my other video, but I think it's Caden Dowler for sure.
Yeah, more than likely. But offense, no, he ain't doing much.
It's so funny too, actually, because I said this on Twitter. I said Does the winner of the brawl win Big Sky Offensive MVP? And somebody said on my comments like it should be Wortham.
I don't know.
Wortham still has a chance.
Not really. Just because he's been bottled up the last 2 games.
Yeah, he's still
like he hasn't really
impact, man.
He's still making an impact, but it's like I think he'll be an All-American. He should be.
Oh, 100%. That's a lot.
I think all 3 of them should be.
Oh, for sure. I think they all will be.
Yeah, but I don't think he should be the offensive MVP because he's cooled off a little bit. Teams have figured out a way to like try to stop him.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I wanted to read this. I wanted to read this. I saw a quote last night from a fan, and I thought you might like this. And I think it kind of encapsulates where the Grizz are at right now in their season, because I feel like a lot of people are feeling a little doom and gloom. I mean, let's be real. Eastern Washington played well enough to win that game yesterday. It's devastating that they didn't get the loss, and as a Grizz fan, you're probably very happy that they did get the loss. But they played well enough to win that game. But I think this quote from Michael Parak on Twitter perfectly encapsulates the game. He said, "Glad to be back to seasons where we talk about the worst wins rather than the worst losses, rather than the bad losses. Complaining about the wins is more fun."
Bro, what did I say at the beginning of the season? There's wins, there's losses, there's bad losses. This would have been a bad loss, but you know what it was? It was a win. And I'd rather have a win. And I'd rather be correcting stuff from a win than be correcting stuff from a bad loss. Right? Because that bad loss, you start to feel like, man, is our destiny still, like, can we still do the things that we want to do? Right? We lose that game, can't win a Big Sky Championship, can we? Maybe we can.
You can. You still technically could.
Right? You could share it. But I don't think Bobby wants to share that. Like, he wants it. He wants it outright, right?
Imagine walking off the field as a loser in Brawl of the Wild, and you also have a Big Sky Championship trophy.
Yeah, that don't feel good. You're like, that's not the trophy. Like, yeah, we get that trophy, but that's not the trophy I want. And there's only one. They only bring one trophy to the game, right? And the winner's gonna leave with both.
I've never won a trophy, so I don't know.
Yeah, they bring both. I was there when they won. Well, I was there too. But that was a situation where the winner was the outright champion, so they only needed to bring one. Imagine a situation, and this is what we talked about last night too. There's a real scenario where UC Davis wins out, UC Davis wins out, meaning they beat Montana State this week. And then Montana, unfortunately, loses the brawl in Missoula, and that would mean there's a 3-way tie. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yes. I don't want it to happen. But yes, it would be crazy. Because then Montana State will still be able to say, well, we should be higher than you guys in the rankings because we beat you guys. And it's like, yeah, but we only have 1 loss. You guys have 3. Yeah, but we beat you guys. Okay, so should South Dakota State be ranked ahead of you guys? Oh.
They lost other games too.
Oh, right. That's the thing. It's like, bro, their loss keeps getting worse. And here's why. Because they only look at the final score. They don't look at the confounding factors of the game, the fact that South Dakota State's quarterback's out.
Yeah.
But if we're going to use that logic that they use, like, oh, well, we're blowing teams out and you guys aren't. Okay, you got to get into the nitty-gritty of it, right? You got to look at the details. So, I don't know. I mean, yes, I'd rather be correcting stuff from a win than a loss. And so I'm grateful for that. I know Hauck's they're about to be tight.
Oh, man. I wouldn't want to be any of those guys in that locker room this week.
None of them.
Maybe
Kelly. He's the one that they're going to be like, well, you didn't do too much wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but I would not want to be him.
It's so crazy. I've never been in a situation where a team is 10-0 and the fans couldn't be more disgusted with the product on the field.
That's the expectation, dog. That's why it's Montana football. You know what I'm saying? There's so many Eastern fans that were encouraged by yesterday.
Oh, man. They deserve it too, man.
We had a close one.
I think that's another note I had. I think Coach Aaron Best deserves a ton of credit for where he's gotten this team this year because he's dealt with the injuries at quarterback. He's dealt with, the transfer portal ravaging his team, graduation with obviously Efton Chisholm, but then Kakoa Vispris goes to Tennessee Tech. Michael Wortham goes to Montana. Like, you lose a lot of your talent, and it's like this team, they just don't have it. But obviously, Coach Aaron Best has been able to get the absolute best out of what he's been given.
Yeah, I saw somebody. Yeah, I talked about this earlier in the season, and I won't touch on it too much because I have respect for Coach Best.
I know what you're about to bring up. Boy,
the Grizz fan pod, they caught on. I said, all right, you guys know. And I was watching it, and obviously pregame. It was pretty cool, and I you know what? I'm like so out of touch. There's some gap years where I wasn't really tapped in with featherweight football, but one of their best DNs is a featherweight product, Tylen Jackson
at Eastern.
Yeah, number 1, and then number 31, Jalen Jenkins is a featherweight product as well. So it was pretty cool to see them. Yeah, it was cool to see them get shout outs. Obviously, there's a pipeline featherweight to Eastern. We got another guy going to Eastern this year from featherweight. That's probably why I hate him.
I'll say this: we're not campaigning for anybody to leave wherever they're at. But if you're watching Montana football right now as a defensive back, you should know that there's an opportunity.
Not even for anything else other than like injury. Like, we're not knocking on the guys in the locker room, right? They don't. No, I doubt they listen because we didn't listen to this stuff. But like, we're not knocking you guys. We just think you guys need more depth. And competition breeds excellence. So if you guys are a group of really good players, you guys are all going to elevate your game. When one guy goes down, someone's going to step in and be really good. Whereas like right now, it's just like not the case.
Not it. Okay, let's look at the remaining schedule for the Big Sky. Next week is November 15th. That's like the date before the actual date. But next week you got Northern Colorado versus Eastern Washington. Cal Poly versus Northern Arizona. Montana versus Portland State. But we got Weber State, Idaho State. The last 2 games of the day are the games everybody wants to see. Montana State versus Sac State, Idaho. That is very, very exciting. Cannot wait for that one. And then UC Davis versus Montana State, man. Like, that game has a lot riding on it. UC Davis, I think, for a lot of reasons, really, really needs a win in that game. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much stock I would put in them getting a win in that game, but that's a very exciting date right there on November 15th in Bozeman.
Let me see. What was the I saw it was 28-14 last night.
That was the final score.
Let me see how Caden Pinnock played.
He played pretty good, but
he can't throw 3 picks, or he can't throw 2 picks.
Yeah. He's a freshman, man. And that's how I keep saying he's a freshman.
He was efficient, 21 for 27.
That's really good.
Yeah.
But the interceptions, man, you can't have 3 interceptions.
Yeah, and they're not going to have 200 yards on the ground, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, you don't think so? I mean, yesterday, Weber State had 178.
In scrub time?
No, they had, I saw Victor Flores tweet that they had like 101 maybe in the first half or something. Like, they were moving the ball a little bit on the ground.
Okay.
Now, obviously, the game was like already way out of contention at that point. But
jeez, Montana State had 450 yards of offense.
Yeah, and go look at the drive. You probably aren't on Sidearm, but they're on Sidearm Sports. They had a bunch of short fields, and they still put up 450. They probably would have had 500, 600. I'm not even kidding, brother. They would have had like 550 to 600 yards of total offense had they not been gifted so many short fields. I promise you, man.
Yeah, I mean, 12 for 16, 117, and 2 touchdowns. It's not bad, but it's also like, it's not exciting.
It's not exciting.
At all.
Exciting at all. I agree.
269 on the ground, though. That's pretty good.
Really good. Julius Davis, that boy. Okay, and then you got the last week of the season, which has some exciting games on it. You got Montana State, Montana, the first game of the day, obviously, November 22nd in a couple of weeks. We'll obviously be talking about that next week when we recap Montana.
Wearing my FTC shirt.
And then you got Sacramento State, UC Davis. So some big playoff implications here late in the season.
Yeah.
What are you feeling about these last couple of weeks?
Need UC Davis to win this week. Need them to lose next week.
Win this week, lose next week.
Makes
why lose next week?
Because it makes Montana State have a loss from a non-playoff team. Because I think if Sac State wins this week and wins next week, they're going to make it to the playoffs. If UC Davis wins this week and loses next week, they're not going to make it to the playoffs. And it gives Montana State a bad loss.
I think they both might get in, though, in that scenario.
Maybe they do.
If UC Davis beats Montana State, they're beating the number 3 team in the country. You can't deny that when you're
beating the what?
A playoff selection. If they beat the number 3 team in the country in Montana State, you can't deny that.
Yeah.
Were you trying to get me? Were you trying to catch me up?
No, number 3 team. That's why I just like hearing number 2. Number 2. Because they love this. Oh, the committee. I'm like, bro, they're not watching. I mean, maybe they were watching the games and they're biased, but it's like,
I think the committee is. I mean, when I was watching the video of them talking, they were talking to somebody from the committee. I think it was Craig Haley and Zach McKinnell. They say they're watching the games, man.
They say that. Then what did they show for? Someone was like, oh, the North Dakota State. When they said North Dakota State, they showed highlights of North Dakota.
They did.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's that type of stuff. It's like, bro, put some respect on people's names, dog. Don't do that. You can't do that. That's a big oof. You know, I'm like, oof. Like, what? What are you guys doing?
When they were talking about, they said somebody's name. They said Jalen something, and it wasn't Jalen. I can't remember who they. But basically, that's FCS football, brother. Like they don't know these people, man. They don't know what's going on in FCS football. I
did start to watch the Harvard-Columbia game on Friday, and I turned it off.
That game, I don't know why that game got flexed.
Yeah, like, what are we...
Why would you flex a game that's like Columbia's like 1-6, 1-5?
Columbia's bad. Yeah, they're bad.
Why would you flex that game? Harvard's undefeated.
Literally.
You just wanted to put the Ivy League on national television? Is that why? Like, okay.
And nobody wanted to watch it, so. But yeah, I mean, I think that Montana State, you know, kudos to them for winning the games that they should be winning, and kudos to Montana for winning the games they should be winning. I don't like
10-0, 8-2. It's getting exciting.
You know what I'm saying?
Game day could potentially be in Missoula in a couple
weeks, man. I think it should. It would make sense, but yeah, I need. Yeah, it's. I'm glad that they have a tough game before us. If they here's the caveat. If they blow UC Davis out of the water, I'm not going to be feeling very good.
I'll say this. I don't know if, because I don't even know if I would put South Dakota State's offense on the level. At the time, they might have been at the level of UC Davis, but I don't know if Montana State's seen. Well, Idaho State's pretty good too. I don't know if Montana State's seeing an offense or a quarterback. Well, they saw Jordan Cook. I don't know, man.
No,
I don't know.
Jordan Cook is good. He can throw the ball all over the place, but like
he can't run. He's not mobile.
He's not mobile.
They haven't seen a quarterback with an offense as good. They haven't seen a full package like UC Davis. UC Davis has a good running back. They have good receivers and Samuel Batu, Stacey Dobbins. They got good tight ends, Ian Simpson. They have a really good quarterback who's mobile and Caden Pennick who can run and can throw. Like, I think this is going to be the biggest test. I mean, this is unequivocally the biggest test for this Montana State football team coming up this week.
Yeah.
Unequivocally.
So we'll see, but I feel confident. I feel grateful.
You got any final thoughts about the Montana
Grizz, man. Like, anybody that's, what's a hater, man, like, keep that stuff to yourself, dog. Like, and after second guessing, those jerseys were ugly. Yeah, I said it. I thought they looked cool at first. It must have been the graphics and the editing. Those jerseys were ugly. Yeah, take that.
They got you. They got you clipped online forever. That lives online forever. Even as a Grizz hater, I think these look pretty good.
I'm never a Grizz hater. Even I said I want to be a hater.
You want to be a hater.
I said conceptually they were cool. Conceptually.
What does that mean though?
Like, the concept is cool. Execution.
What do you think would good execution look like with those jerseys?
Tighter jerseys. Somebody in the Navy said they suck. Somebody was like, I was in the Navy and they suck. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes, I didn't feel this way nearly as much with our orange jerseys with the silver helmets, but like I feel like, hey, relax. I feel like they just like spit out a jersey and we're like, yeah, this is gonna go with our helmets, and it's like, no, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a full uniform. Like, have a full alternate uniform.
Like the pants and everything too.
Yeah, like do that. Like how we did, right?
Yeah.
Where they didn't do that. They were just like, yeah, we're just gonna spit this out and see if it works. It seemed like a poor attempt to make a splash.
I'm gonna say this: if Bobcat fans ever wanted to be on your head, like you seem to talk about them quite a bit, my brother.
Do I? Because they talk about us like literally all the time.
It seems like both sides are the same. Cat fans, Grizz fans, everybody's the same. It's like that time of year the conversation really starts to get super heated and like a lot of bickering back and forth, and it's just like it's gonna get worse and worse until the game is played on Saturday.
Yeah, but they know who I am. They can never be like, oh, you didn't play good against us. Shut up. Played good against you guys every single time.
Caught some head taps.
Yeah, never played bad against you guys. You know what I'm saying? I think I had one bad half against you guys, and then I came back the second half and balled. So it's like I just don't like them, bro. They're front runners. And that's the thing, they're not even in the front, they're not even in the lead right now. They're front runners and they're not even in the lead. They're playing good football. Vegan's like, yeah, this is our 5th year. I was listening to him talk. He was like, yeah, this is our 5th year in this system. So like, yeah. You know what? Honestly, guys, I hope he leaves. I'm going to say it. I hope he gets a better job because he's deserved it. He deserves it. He deserves to be out of there.
You want him to leave because he's done such a good job, huh?
Well, no, he earned it. He has no loyalty to Montana State. What kind of loyalty does he have to Montana State?
He said he earned it.
He got no loyalty to them.
You earned the promotion, Vegan.
You earned a promotion, bro. Go get the bag, bro. Go get the bag. And take Sammy Mix with you. I love Sammy. Sam Mix, receivers coach. I love him. But go get the bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bozeman's becoming unaffordable. You're going to pay all this money to live in Bozeman? No. Go get the bag, right? I was telling my buddy that's a UW fan. I'm like, if Jed Fish leaves UW, they should hire Brent Vegan. Hauk's not leaving. So as much as they hate him, he ain't leaving. He will rock.
Though the Cat fans like Hauk 2.0. Why? Because I believe Hauk 2.0 is 1 or like 2 and 5. He hasn't won the rivalry much. He's won it in 2021. He won it in 2023. He hasn't won the rivalry much.
I don't care. He's good for us. I got to be on the field.
2.0 over the hill.
Yeah, they always okay, but look at the averages. Like we're way ahead of them. They can win 31 years straight and just be tied.
Yeah.
Like you're telling me, but like you guys could win until I'm 61, and you would only tie the series. I'll die a winner. I'll die a winner. You know what I'm saying? How I will die ahead of you guys. So unless you guys go on some crazy streak, what I don't see happening. And I just don't like them, man. They drive me crazy.
I feel like if you lived in Montana and you were around more Montana State fans, like you would warm your heart to realize.
No, I met some good people, dude. Look, there was a guy that came up to me when I was reffing basketball in college, and he was like, "Hey, I'm a Cat fan." And I was like, "Okay." I thought we were about to duke it out right there. And then he was like, "I really enjoy the way you go about, your business, and you seem like a good kid, and like your post-game press conferences are always, a joy. Like you're very gracious." And so this is a nice guy, right? And then you got the dickwads on Twitter. Sorry, I can't say that. You got the idiots on Twitter that just think it's cool to troll. And I'm like, bro, you're giving you guys a bad rap. And I get it. We have those people too. But like, Cat players, I respect Cat players. That's the thing is like when you're on the field and you know it, like I've never fully, maybe one guy, but I've never fully disliked any of their players. Heck, when Chris Murray, the year after they beat us, Chris Murray came over for some game. It must have been Cat Grizz basketball and was chilling in my house. Like we were hanging out, right? Like it was cool. Like it's not that big of a rivalry until we play the game. But it's the fans. It's the fans, man. It's some of the fans that are just nasty and say disgusting things. And it's like the players are cool. Like, yeah, was I super a fan of like I don't even remember his name. It was like Tyrell something, like a DB there. No, I didn't like him. I actually did not like him.
I think.
Yeah,
not Washington, Damian Washington, Tyrell. I can't remember Tyrell's last name.
Yeah, number 2. Like I didn't enjoy him. Bulldog head. Like, no, I didn't like him. Right. Every time I went against him, he was talking, he was yapping. And so I made sure he knew who I was. Right. Like I made sure he knew it's gonna be a long day for you. So buckle up. Right. I'm gonna give you heck. But everybody else I was cool with. The safety, Braden Conkle was cool with him. Their linebackers were solid. Like I'm on record saying I'm a fan of Tommy Millott.
Yeah.
Right? I was a fan of Troy Anderson. I thought Troy Anderson was a really, really unique, good player. Sometimes I'm mad that Montana doesn't recruit these guys. Right? I followed Taco Dowler when he was in high school trying to get him to come to Montana. No cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it works, but it's like, it's the fans, bro. It's the fans. The fans are the ones that I want to argue with because I'm like, bro, you ain't even sniffed a level of 6. You couldn't even be on scout team. You know what I'm saying? No knock on scout team, but you couldn't even be a backup on scout team.
Hey, man, I made my bones on scout team, man.
Yeah. I never played scout team.
Wow. Good for you, Keenan. Excuse me. You never had to play scout team. Hey, look, everybody.
Well, it didn't help me. It didn't help me. I mean, obviously, right?
Oh,
I probably should have.
I probably
should have. So, but yeah, man.
Out there.
Let's go, Grizz. Let's go get a big win this weekend. I don't even really dislike Portland State.
What's there to dislike? What have they done to make us dislike them?
Exactly.
There's nothing to dislike about Portland State. They're a likable team. They got a likable coach. They just aren't that good.
Shout out Robbie.
Shout out Robbie, man. Hey, the Houck brother, the Houck son and father are meeting again. Well, we'll be recapping that game next week, next Sunday. So you guys tune in next week for that. Appreciate you for being on, Keenan.